Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays the Rune-keeper. I am back down in this area because I'm heading out to do the... Might as well wave to him as I... Oh well, whatever. I can't do an emote today. But let's head on into our area. What I'm doing is I decided not to do that lights quest I was thinking of doing. Instead, I'm heading into the epic area where I'm supposed to check out a corridor. So, that's what I'm doing right now. As I said before, they sort of have the ordering of some things a little bit weird, where the conflict between what you have to do in the epic versus what you have to do in the regular stuff. And here, I'm trying to get this part of the epic done before I go into the waterworks, because the waterworks is one of the next major areas for the epic, and I don't want to go to the waterworks and be sent there about 3 times, finish it, and then be sent there 2 or 3 times for the epic story. It just feels like a real pain. So I don't want to go there into the waterworks until I have at least reached the first time I have to go there for the epic story. Now the other thing I do for the epic is to collect these armor pieces and stuff like that, which is why I'm looking through all these places. Alright. And also some of those things do get dropped by the mobs. And the mobs are a nice perfect level for it. So doing this part of the epic is sensible. It's just that in order for me to find that corridor, I have to go to an area with about level 57, 58 mobs. So they show the quest at that level. And what's unfortunate is you get sent into an area that has level 57, 58 mobs before you get sent to an area that has level 53 mobs. The planning of the epic, along with the planning of the layout for Moria itself, I don't think the two sides talk to each other. That's all I can think of. Alright, we're done with that. Now here's the foresters. That's for the foresters instance. But I think I'm going to head straight to where I need to go here because I want to be able to get through all this, and sometimes it can be a little bit challenging getting through here. So I was thinking maybe going here, making sure I find that intersection, which is the toughest part of this particular quest. And the bit about getting arms and armors, that's easy enough to do. I could go back in here and get a few more pieces, or I could do one of the instances where you work on the legendary stuff, the skull. And we'll see there in a moment. Alright, first of all, we also have this dwarf here. Now he has Majesty of the Stone Trees.
Stand and speak with me. The fate of Khazad-dûm
Now this
hangs
is a
in the
level
balance.
58 quest. But actually, it's not really all that difficult one to do. Here's a good vantage point. Let's have a look. And we'll go this way and have a look. Actually, I'll just probably have the look, so I probably won't go into the next part of this. And then I go down here to have a look. So it's sort of in my way of where I'm going. And I might as well get that step done. And the next time I come down this way, I can make the sequence a little bit briefer. I forgot exactly where I gotta do for this one. Actually, this might be it right here. Here it is. Alright. So next time I come by here, I'll just talk to him again and I'll take care of that. But for now, I'll just remove this from here. And we'll continue on our way. where I try to find that hallway. So it's a little bit tough in order to get through there. Especially what you consider what you got to go through here. We have these level 58s all over the place. That's what sort of makes it a little bit on the unsafe side. But I do normally do this around level 55, so it's not what I call really bad one to do. And actually, I think this quest used to be tougher. I think they even lightened it down a little bit during the revamp, though it's still not a trivial quest, especially when you still have to weave your way through all these 58s. Now, of course, you could go around fighting the 58s if you want. I suppose that's possible. Yeah. So I'm going through the second hall right now. And seeing how many... Well, I could probably... I certainly don't want to avoid those things, because one miss on him at the wrong time can be very nasty. The ones that heal... that put themselves as buffs so they can heal themselves if you... Alright. Not inside the water while I'm throwing lightning around. And it's also full of these deep crawlers. We'll see a bit more of these later on. Alright, now let's see. Okay, I want to go through... Yeah, over this bridge. Now, if I'm really lucky, I'll be able to also get to the first hall. The first hall would be a nice place to get to because I could put a stable master there, and that could make getting to and from this area a lot easier in the future. Alright, now I think it's this way in order. Yeah, this is the way I wanted to go. And this will bring us to this corridor I'm looking for. Now, unfortunately, I will have to fight some mobs up here, so sitting there just ignoring the mobs might have helped earlier, but now I'm going to have to fight these level 58s. We'll have to see how well this works. Alright, and... Alright, that's one down. So obviously, it can be done. I'm not saying it's impossible, it's just that they're obviously not trivial mobs. And you got this slight bit of missing and stuff like that, which is the biggest question when I have one of my major things I'm trying to do and I go and, sorry, it's been resisted, which I guess is more likely. Especially when you got this crazy defiler here. Now, I think there used to be about 3 mobs here instead of just 2, and that's why it was tougher in the past. Oh, that probably wasn't my best idea. Alright, good. Unfortunately, these two weren't talking to each other today, so that got me through a little bit. Up, down, and around, and take care of this marauder. Alright, not going as bad as I thought it would. Now the trick though is getting close to the corridor. I will probably have a couple of cases where I will have to face 2 or 3 at once. Alright, what's up here? Well, if worst comes to worst, I could try Sylvan Shadows. I haven't tried that too much. But if I absolutely had to try to sneak around, I could try that. Though, of course, it's not the most effective stealth in the world. Especially against higher level opponents. Oh, these seem to be a little bit easier than I was expecting. And I actually got here without any... I have discovered the crossroads. I got credit for the quest. Now I do have to go into the Redhorn Lodes in order to take care of some black powder. And that'll be the next phase of it. But for now, I'm just going to go a little bit deeper. Seeing if I can get all the way to the Stable Master. After that, maybe a little help from a goat. Though I will have to be going against a few more goblins, a few more orcs, which will be lining the road. Right. We have to come around like this. Well, I'll be able to get to the Bridge of Khazad-dûm later, since the person we talked to earlier, and which I have finished a quest for, he also eventually takes you by the Bridge of Khaz... Oh, that was a goblin, wasn't it? And that's a bat. Alright, well, he just threatened, so he's not going to be too much of a problem. But this guy is the... wending away here. Alright. I got by that pretty well. Don't you think so? Alright. And that orc is going up that way. And here we go. And now here we are heading towards the first hall. And the door to Lothlorien, which is of course the more important point there. Alright. See me, if you're an elf, you much rather be to a place that is... Okay, there are goblins here also. Like to be as close to the outdoors as possible. I'm sneaking around a few of them still. Alright. So I am a high enough level so I don't have to worry about being automatically knocked off my goat here. It might have also helped that I don't have that ultra weak goat that I normally use, and instead have Thorn's Hall. I wasn't keeping track of that. I guess I could look at the video later and see how my morale went with my goat and see whether or not it would have knocked me off if I was only at 60. Probably, because I'm sure they gave me a couple of decent whacks there. Alright, let's see there, let's see there. And here we are at the first hall. And this is where we exit Moria. Yes, we enter in on the high number side and then we go down. Eventually exit at the first hall. So we sort of go through this place backwards.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
Alright. The open view in 21st hall. And this is location. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the 21st hall. And from there,
may Durin return soon to his home.
We'll go to our next phase. Alright, now I'm here in Dolphin View, and I'm going to run the training hall again, and what I'm going to do there is I'm going to use that in order to get some more of these armors, blades, and shields that I need. Oh, there we go. And that way I can...
Many armories and forges of the dwarves lie dormant in Khazad-dûm, awaiting the hands of their masters. One such has been claimed by the orcs of Moria for a training hall. If the forge is to see service again, the orcs must be driven forth.
Alright. And the orcs here drop those particular pieces. So therefore I can finish the quest here, instead of going through all those mobs out in the landscape. And that way I could also have something maybe to help my legendary item building in the future. And this is going to be a little bit quick, especially since this is a level 54 instance. Now I'm 55. And just wait for those guys to finish up. Alright. Good. Now, you've seen me do this one before on a couple of occasions. So we'll be more interested in seeing how well I do in collecting my pieces of armor and the like. So far, semi-so it looks like. Okay, I guess my third shield. Now, unfortunately, it's not popping it up on my quest tracker. I thought it would have. It's just giving me the bulletin board and saying, alright. Yeah, you're making progress. But you're, well, since I'm gonna have to wait a little while for those guys to go through. No, not that. I want the... Okay, well. I'll see if I can get it up later. I'm trying to see how fast I can get through this. And I have to remember where vivid imagery is on my set. There we go. And there we go. Now, after I finish this, I'll be heading out to the Redhorn Lodes, and first I thought that would be a bit of a challenge to get there, but I remember that in an earlier episode I went through the Way of Smiths to take a little trip to Orkwatch, and that is precisely where I need to go in order to set up for the Redhorn Lodes. Which is why I did that, was so that it will be available so I don't have to get there the long way, which is a real painful method to get there. And if the epic were structured in another way, I wouldn't bother with that nonsense of doing that. Since you can get there naturally through the questing that are sent from the 21st Hall, but unfortunately you don't do the quest from the 21st Hall until after you do the quests for the waterworks. And but of course, and unfortunately, you do your quest for the 21st Hall in the epic before you do the waterworks. Someone just got their systems backwards, I think, when they decided on that. As I said, that's my biggest complaint about Moria, is how the two just don't work together. Alright. Alright. Ooh, you are being tricky. I'm probably not going to get all of them based on how things are going so far. Of course, I still have all these guys to worry about. It could be that some of them will do it. Yeah, a real live elf who is going to blast you. So, are you sure you really wanted a real elf? I don't think so. I've got quite a number of dented armors already. Let's see, where is this guy? I think I could grab him before he gets around. Go. Oh, only 3 of 10 broken blades? Good. Alright, I'm quite obvious. Well, I'll probably have to grab a few more of those when I get back from the Redhorn Lodes. Because there's no way I'm going to get those all finished up. Right? Because I have only 5 blades and only 4 more opponents. But you got the idea. Assuming I get through this. Yeah, I should be able to get through it. Just a couple of more of these. Alright, that's all the recruits. So I'll 9 of 10 cracked shields, 6 of the broken blades. So let us take care of the leader. Ah, well, that's why I should never drop that early. Completed. Closing remarks. Apropos for the end of this episode. So, in our next episode, we will, assuming I remember, actually, didn't matter, I only have 1 point there anyway. I only finished closing remarks. I did not finish the full bead. But that takes care of that. I made some progress in my armaments. I could probably just pick a few more near the 21st hall later. The next time you'll see me at Orc Watch, where we will take care of the barrels. In our next episode of Piney Flays, the Rune-keeper.